Hi Tarot Tribe, it's Ethany and I am going to be sharing with you my new moon in Aquarius tarot spread, talk a little bit about the new moon in Aquarius and what that means and how we can incorporate that energy into our practice and make it work for us. So I kind of declared that 2017 was the year of the Sacred Manifester, and I did that last year. When I was starting to work on the 2017 year ahead spreads. And I have done a whole cycle of the full moon spreads, which you can still get in your full moon guide. And now I wanted to do the new moon ones. So we've got the complete new and full and new cycles, which are the two of the main energies of the moon that people tend to work with if they do like working with the moon. So every month at the new moon, I'm going to be offering a new moon tarot spread in the astrological sign that the moon is in at the time, which you can use to help navigate your way through 2017 and to give you steps to make change happen and to help bring that manifestation in, because the new moon is all about manifesting and change and getting a new beginning and a new cycle and setting in goals and getting that all that energy building so that by the full moon it's starting to manifest in your life. So I'm also going to be sharing the energies around the new moon astrologically and how we can use this to fast track our magic and align our vibes to the cosmos. Every moon, every vibration has sort of things that work with it very naturally. And so you'll find at times if you try to start a project at certain times, things turn to poo. Or at other times, it just goes super smoothly. And that's probably because consciously or unconsciously, you've been working with what's going on with the universe and the planets. So with all these high vibe aids and some real work and some real action in the real world, you can really make this year quite fierce, and I have decided that I'm going to make this year for myself extremely fierce. So the new moon in January is a new moon in Aquarius, and it happens on the 27th of January. And just thinking about this date gives me the goosey bumps. I'm very excited about this new moon. We're welcoming in the year of the rooster on the 20th of January. And if I got that date wrong, I am sorry. I think it is the 20th of January for people who are celebrating Chinese New Year. So happy Chinese New Year to those people who are celebrating. And my mum's very excited because she's a rooster. And this is a huge celebration, and it is done at this time for a very good reason cosmically as well. The 27th of January is Lunar Imbolc. So I just want to have a quick chat about the solar calendar for Sabbats and the lunar calendar for Sabbats. Now, both the solar year and the lunar year have merit, and I don't give one or the other more importance. Okay, so it's totally up to you whether you want to go by the sun year or the lunar year for your Sabbats and your witchy work if you're doing that. So don't feel like, oh my gosh, I got it wrong. That's not the case at all. It just happens to be that the lunar imbolc actually falls on the new moon in Aquarius. The solar imbolc is on the 2nd of February for the Northern Hemisphere. We have an amazing opportunity to check in with our vision for the year and get realigned if we found that we have fallen off the horse with what we've wanted to set intention-wise for 2017. If we're feeling lost, if we have just been kind of like, I don't know, I've just been waiting for this time to kind of get things moving. I gave up New Year's resolutions a long time ago, and it's not because I kept failing them, but I feel like there's a lot of stigma around New Year's resolutions and the way that people view them, and they do tend to fail for many, many reasons. But this year with the Awakened Soul Coven, I have put our goals out for the year for each of us. If they wanted to share, people wanted to share to stay on track. So mine is to jog a 5K at least once a month. And I'm hopefully going to be going out today and doing that while it is sunny out. So this new moon offers magic around intention, invention, and clearing obstacles through inventive problem solving. If you find yourself up against a wall, look for the space around it, or under it, or over it, instead of going straight through it. Sometimes the way forward is actually up or down. Rebellious hearts will love this time of year. It is a perfect time to say, fuck the rules and make your own. And isn't that what real magic is truly about? Learning the divine laws and then making them work for you. Gather people around you that are going to elevate your life in 2017. If there is anything holding you down or back, this is the time to cut the cord and let it go. And that includes people and relationships, not only just the habits maybe that we want to kick in 2017 or the things that we want to bring into our life. If there are people, like for example, if you want to, live a more high vibe, a more spiritual life, and you keep hanging around with people who are down, Debbie Downers, and I'm not saying, ditch all your friends who have mental health issues. I'm not saying that at all. But people who aren't trying to do the work with you, who aren't kind of there, who don't want to talk about the deep stuff, who, maybe a little bit have different interests that are just not aligned with you, but you feel obligated to hang around them. Maybe it's time to kind of spend less time with them and find people who are going to help elevate you in 2017. Finally, this new moon is asking that you have some fun. Do something. One thing is perfect that recharges you in a fun way. So a couple of weeks ago, I took my son to one of those big ass indoor play areas with a friend and her little guy. And it was so much fun. For me, I was having just as much fun as they were, climbing, crawling, sliding, laughing, those places that have the big jungle gyms and all the slides. And it was just so much fun. So doing something like that can be, maybe that's not your thing, maybe you don't have the mobility for that, but just something fun and light can really help. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the new moon in Aquarius spread, and then talk about a bonus exercise for this new moon. And then I'm going to swap cameras and do an actual example reading. Even though this is coming out a few days early, this is to get you ready and get you prepared if you want to do this during the full moon. So this is around getting clear on your vision for 2017 and doing all that you can to aid it. You can use any tarot or oracle deck with this spread. Journaling and reflecting about the cards you pull is also a great way to expand your understanding of the cards. Now, I go to tarot. I read the tarot more than I read oracle cards. I usually put an oracle card out as something as an addition. But yeah, use anything you feel drawn to. If you are unable to read your cards on the 27th, don't fret. The vibrations of the new moon will be around for a couple of days after, so you do have some time. Don't like stress yourself out if you're like, oh my god, it's like 2 a.m. and I gotta wake up and do my new moon in Aquarius tarot spread. Try not to freak. Spirituality shouldn't give you an anxiety attack. So I'm going to move to the new camera in a second. But if you are going to share your reading, I would love to see them. And we've got a hashtag New Moon Aquarius Tarot to use, which you can find on the blog post over at ethne.com. And a bonus exercise for this new moon. So bonus round, get extra bonus brownie points. Shame you don't actually get a brownie as well. Give yourself a small goal to reach by the full moon in February, which is on the 10th. So this keeps your motivation going and allows you to gain traction to achieving larger goals. So pick anything. It doesn't necessarily have to be around a larger goal that you have, but it's even better if it's a small thing you can tick off. But if you can give yourself something that you will reach by the full moon, it can really help you, kind of stepping stones, right? It's all just taking one step at a time, one small step at a time, one small goal at a time. All of the wins, celebrate them all. So if you'd like to share your goal for this new moon to full moon, you can go to the Awakened Soul Covenant Outer Court group on Facebook, and the link for that will be below and over at ethany.com. And let's go have a look at the tarot spread. Okay, so now let's have a look at the tarot spread for the new moon in Aquarius. And I have chosen to work with the Bonefire Tarot, and I'm also going to do a draw with the Awakened Soul Oracle, just to show you how I, if this is the first video of mine you're watching, to show how I use Oracle to kind of tie in the reading. So I'm just giving the deck a little bit of a shuffle, and then I'm going to lay them all out, I'm going to lay them all out, and then I'm going to show you the positions. So the first one is, how can I detach from any lingering issues or energies from the past? And I don't read reversals. Just wanted to let everyone know. I'm going to see how we can. So that's the first position. The second position is, how can I look at things differently? Being an Aquarius, oh my gosh, so many fours. The third position is, how can I be more impactful with my vision for 2017? Oh, I like this card. 3 of Cubes. Then the next position is, number 4 is, where in life can I have more fun? Oh. And then the final position is number 5. What can I do to support my vision and goals for 2017? Now I am actually getting, I'm going to move this over a little bit. I am actually getting a new tripod. Later on this month, so it'll be a little bit easier. You can see down a little bit better. Okay, so let's have a quick look at how I would interpret these these cards for this reading. So the first one was, how can I detach from any lingering issues or energies from the past? And we have the 4 of Cups, which is very much kind of like the literal the literal meaning of lingering issues or energies from the past. So this is about apathy, releasing apathy. And in this position and in this meaning for me, this is really about re-engaging energy, getting moving again. So we have this gorgeous babe laying by the water, pontificating about life and not seeing what is being offered to her. And what really sticks out for me in this is that she's not moving. She's kind of stopped and reflective and laying down and kind of going, meh. So for me, this is about getting my buns into gear, getting our buns into gear and actually doing something. So more action, a little less conversation, a little less reflection, a little less pontificating, and more action. That's what I would say. So start moving, even if it's just a small thing. Just got to start somewhere. And in that, we can detach from our energies from the past because we are literally moving forward. So the second one is, how can I look at things differently? And I actually really love the Emperor for this, because the Emperor is about, leadership. So how can we look at things from a leader's perspective, and how can we lead by example? And even when faced with some of the things we may not like about society and about life, how can we be the leaders we wish to follow? It's also about getting a little bit more structure and planning. So, as spiritual people, we can tend to be like, oh, just fly by the seat of my pants. I'll just do whatever I feel like. And that's great. But sometimes we also need to, especially when it's about implementing our vision and implementing our goals for 2017, we kind of need some structure. We need an idea, we need some goals, we need some plans. So this is, maybe bringing us down to earth a little bit and saying, you know what, all your lovely energy and intention is fantastic, but if you don't put some planning behind it and some structure, it's going to fall through the cracks. So I'm really very excited about that Emperor card there. The third one is, how can I be more impactful with my vision for 2017? And I couldn't love this more either. The Three of Cups. So celebrating, bringing people together, being part of a tribe, in activating your collaborations. This to me screams of like being a part of the sisterhood, being a part of community more. This for me is very, very, very resonates very much because I'm doing a lot of community stuff. Doing lots more. I'm going to be meeting a lot more people in my peer group this year, a lot more people face to face this year, and kind of not hiding so much behind my camera at home. So this is very much about that, celebrating with community and celebrating with those people and building on that energy with it being a 3. And then the next position is where in life can I have more fun? I love this. It's kind of like pick somewhere. And with the world, it's like, really just pick something and have more fun. Have more fun in the world. Go out and engage in the world. And again, for me, there's a huge theme here of getting out more. I kind of have been hiding away a little bit, and going, oh, fun. All right, well then how about I just watch that movie at home or read a book or video game instead of going like, oh, maybe I should go out. Shock horror, there's a world out there. So maybe not being as insulated as I have been and getting out. So that's how I would interpret that for this reading. And then the 5th one, what can I do to support my vision and goals for 2017? And I really see this Strength card as just saying, be gentle with myself, first of all. I can be I think this is true for a lot of us. We can tend to be very hard on ourselves. We can tend to hold very high expectations and be rather critical. So just gentle love. And know when to push through and when to kind of back off and take some time for self-care. And the other thing is, the other side of the coin to this for me is, if I say I'm going to do something, then I need to actually do it. It needs to be something that I have committed to, follow through with my integrity, and this, I guess, can be said, this rings true for you to take on as well, and to get it done and to show up and be there. So I really like these cards for the full moon, the new moon in Aquarius. Okay, I'm just going to pull a card now from the Awakened Soul deck. See what we get here. Oh, family. I love that card. It's a bit too big to hold up to the camera, so we're just going to have it down here. So this is a very, I feel this is very connected to the Three of Cups. And connecting to those who we choose and who are family, if you like your family, to connect to community and to remember compassion and what brings us together and what we have in common. So there we go. So that's the reading. Just showing you the positions and talking through the positions, and showing you one interpretation of the new moon in Aquarius reading. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what decks you guys are drawn to using for this, and what cards you're going to pull for yourself. And thank you so much for watching.